right, for more on this, we're now being joined by Professor Nick Bostrom. Bostrom is Director, Future of Humanity Institute, University of Oxford. He's joining us from Montreal. Thank you so much for joining us on World DNA.
Hello.
To begin with, what is your assessment of the extent of security and ethical concerns which are associated with DeepSeek?
Well, I think it's a relatively early stage in what will become an increasingly prominent issue. AI, I think, is no longer just a kind of interesting academic research topic or even just a potentially profitable commercial application, but also now a key piece on the geopolitical strategy board.
Professor, the scope to which this chatbot can influence, whether it's geopolitics or whether it's people's thought processes with the kind of responses it's going to get, how widespread can that influence really be, and what would be the key concerns at this point in the US?
I think it would be a mistake to focus too much on DeepSeek as it is now or AI as it is now and think of that as the issue, but this is a very rapidly moving field, and I think the focus amongst the security establishment is more about what will AI be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. So it's not a static thing, but it's a sort of sign that China is in this as well, and that they have leading edge capabilities, and that causes concerns in the US, which has tried to position itself so as to have a dominant position in AI.
Right, and just to expand on that, of course, you're saying that this is not static, and we've seen the rapidly evolving nature of AI. That being said, what is your assessment of how actually it will be perhaps from a year from now or 5 years from now, and the impact that it can have on the economy going forward?
I think the progress over the last several years has been remarkable, and I expect continuing very rapid advances. We are seeing the early stages of the transition from these large language models to systems that can think and reason. So the latest models from OpenAI have the ability to use time during runtime to improve the answers. They can sort of think for a period of time before answering. And I think that's something we will see more of this year, and also the introduction of agents. So AI systems that don't just wait until you ask them a question and then they give an answer, but systems that can start doing tasks on the user's behalf. Initially, maybe on your laptop or desktop, running around and making restaurant reservations and such, but then increasingly longer-term tasks coming down the pike there. And also the AI systems we already have are being used in the AI labs and in the software industry as coding assistants. So they are starting to actually contribute to accelerating the AI development process itself.
Professor Bostrom, thank you so much for joining us on World DNA. There are a lot of concerns regarding where that data is going to go and how it's going to get saved and how it's going to get used once it is saved on servers in China. Of course, that is something we will be tracking closely as the developments come out. That was Professor Bostrom joining us from Montreal.